do 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 do. Do 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 do. A part of this tradition ever since we were born. La 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 la. Do 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 do. And I'm just going to turn on some lights so I don't get dark in here. La 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 la. I'll smile for Papa's photo. Before we see the tree, take another picture. Da 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 da. Hey, hey, all you hip chicks and hip cats. Nice to see you here. Now, again this week, because of all the stuff that I've got going on, I didn't get a chance to do a big PR about this. I hope if anyone is here watching that you let me know that you're here. Say hello. Let me say hello to you too. And if not, I'm going to be sending out another email to my little mailing list and maybe do some further PR. I've got all kinds of stuff I need to find out about doing these lives because now I'm seeing a flag on my YouTube channel about like copyright flag or something like that, and I'm like, oh, come on, this is so weird. So I think there's something I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not doing. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now I just have to figure out what's going on with this sound today. Maybe I don't need it as high as I had it. Okay, so I've got pretty much of a script today. So. And everything that I promised. Oh, Marianne, hello, hello, hello. Good to see you too. It's wonderful to see you, in fact. So, Anin Bonjour, Catherine M. Thompson in Dijnakas, Gawin in Gidandazin in Dudum, St. Thomas, Ontario in Dunjaba, and Megwa Burlington in Dinda. I acknowledge that this event sits on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the Six Nations of the Grand River, as well as the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, Haudenosaunee, and Wendat Confederacies, and the lands of many other Indigenous people who passed through or who called and still call this land their home. This territory is part of the Dish with One Spoon Treaty, which includes Toronto, like a huge area, actually, for that treaty. An agreement between the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and allied nations to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. In making this statement, I acknowledge and honor that these lands carry the truth of the lives that were taken and the agreements that were broken, and the wisdom of ancestors whose spirits live on in the soil, animals, and vegetation. In stepping on this land, we seek both forgiveness and permission from these ancestors, with the agreement that we have the responsibility to honor and respect all who are here now and all who have yet to come, recognizing that in many ways these lands remain restricted from teachings, resources, and development in partnership with Indigenous peoples. We're grateful for the opportunity we have to live, to receive gifts from, to work on, and to benefit from this land. Your volume is so low. Okay. I hope that's not my volume. You know what? I maybe can turn it up a bit because it does look a little low. Hold on. Yeah, maybe I just need to be a little into this. Is that better, Marianne? It was a bit ringing to me. So anyway, my volume is so low, I may need my headset. Watch this, Marianne. This is really cool. I did this with Sue last week or so ago, and I can make that bigger too. My volume is so low. There you are. You're part of my show. Cool, cool, cool. That's really great. So then you're good now. Okay, that's good. I will keep this up then. I'm trying a few new things this week, and I promise songs, poetry, and stories. And what I've done is I've paired up something that I've done with something that somebody else has done. Not that it compares, but just that it's sort of around the same thing. And we are kind of celebrating winter today rather than Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the other, the solstice, any of the other celebrations that go on in this month, in this season. So I wanted to focus on winter itself. And I have, let's see if I'm going to be able to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a poem. Oh, yeah, that worked. Let me see if I can make this come up. I have to actually take my sound out. Oh, that's so weird. So here's a, oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I selected some poetry, not that I didn't write, but that I thought went with the theme. And this is A Winter Blue Jay by Sarah Teasdale. Crisply the bright snow whispered, crunching beneath our feet. Behind us as we walked along the parkway, our shadows danced, fantastic shapes in vivid blue. Across the lake, the skaters flew to and fro, with sharp turns weaving a frail, invisible net. In ecstasy, the earth drank the silver sunlight. Oh, I'm trying to get this to scroll, and it won't. In ecstasy, the earth drank the silver sunlight. In ecstasy, the skaters drank the wine of speed. In ecstasy, we laughed, drinking the wine of love. Had not the music of our joy sounded its highest note? But no, for suddenly with lifted eyes you said, oh, look, there on the black bough of a snow-specked maple, a blue jay cocked his crest. Oh, who can tell the range of joy or set the bounds of beauty? So I just thought that was a kind of a beautiful little poem. And what goes with it, of course, the mention of the skaters. And what goes with that then is Joni Mitchell's River. And I did this last year as well, and I've done it, I did it at 120 Diner, which I don't think, that's not there anymore. It died in the COVID, but it's come back in another manifestation somewhere in Toronto. So this is written by Joni Mitchell and sung by Joni Mitchell, and I have no rights to it, but I'm, with apologies to Joni Mitchell. Here's my version. It's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeers, singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. He tried hard to help me, he put me at ease. And he loved me so naughty, made me weak in the knees. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I'm so hard to handle, I'm selfish and I'm sad. Now I've gone and lost the best baby that I ever had. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I could teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby say goodbye. It's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. And that's Joni Mitchell's song, River. I'm not sure which of her albums it comes from. I keep thinking it's on Blue, but that's just because it's kind of one of my favorite Joni Mitchell albums, so I'm not sure. But but the lyrics belong to Crazy Crow and music, and of course the songwriter is Joni Mitchell. So I hope you enjoyed that. And it reminds me of, I just have this vision in my head. When I was 6, towards the end of grade 1, we moved into a house that we had been built for us, a little split level house out on Mandeville Road in St. Thomas. And my dad bought from the farmer. My dad bought the property behind our house and the 2 adjacent houses. And that property went right down to Pinafore Pond. Now, Pinafore Pond is called a pond, but it's actually a little lake. It's quite extensive, and there are resident swans there, mute swans, and they go back into a creek that feeds the river, it feeds the pond, and into a conservation area where they live for the winter. So as I grew older there and became more adventurous, when you went all the way down to the end of the pond, where in the summer it gets kind of a bit marshy in that, and in the summertime you could see the snapping turtles up on rocks and logs sunning themselves. But if you kept going right to the very end, you got to the creek. Not the one where the conservation area is, but the one at the end of the pond. It was the one that kind of flowed down into the pond and then carried on. The pond flowed into a big overflow pipe and went on the other side of the road down this creek. You see, St. Thomas is kind of one of these interesting southwestern Ontario towns where the city is essentially flat. There's really no hills in St. Thomas. I mean, there's up and down, but there's not hills. And however, it's cut through with ravines from all these creeks. And like Kettle Creek flows through St. Thomas as it makes its way to Port Stanley. And there's all these other ravines and creeks. And in the case of Pinafore Pond, the creek that fed it, essentially, was overhung with trees. So if you got old enough that you were allowed to go down to that creek to skate, it was like skating on green bottle glass. You could see to the bottom of the creek, you could see the rocks, you could see whatever little vegetation was down there. And in the banks, sometimes, you'd see the tail of a muskrat who just decided to go and hibernate a little too late and froze in his tunnel, things like that. So that's what I always think of when I hear this song, because I never got to wherever that creek came from. It was just went on and on through the farmland and so forth. And even in the summer, if you hiked along the edge of that creek, you might come to another ravine with another creek, and eventually you wouldn't even know where you were. That happened to myself and a friend one time. It took us a while to find our way back home. Anyway, that's the river. So Marianne, good. It's really good to see you. And I have to tell you that just to update, really hoped I could have it done by today, but not quite. I finally figured out, I know this is so tiresome, but I finally figured out how to put my products on my website with the link to Printful. I knew about that a while back, as you understand. However, what I found was I couldn't get Printful to display the mug so you could actually see what was on it. You'd see things like the middle without the handle. So the two images, or if there was one image, you'd just see the edges of it and things like that. So it's really crazy. So I'm going to do that, and honest to God, I've got your address to send them, and I just might have to get in the car and drive down there. Things are opening up a little bit here as far as that goes. So, yeah. And speaking of that, well, I'll come to it later. So another song that celebrates this winter feeling, I guess one could say. Well, I'm going to do one of my pieces of poetry. Oh, that was interesting. That didn't work. I got my darn it. I think I have to, oh, there it is, good. This poem was written after crossing over from the backyard neighbors. We have big backyards. And on a night where it was snow everywhere, it was bright moon, it was bare trees, it was white snow. It was almost like something in black and white, like a photo in black and white. And it was published in Moon Shadows, which is a Canadian anthology of poetry, in 2015. It's called Moon. The moon is like a hammock strung between two stars tonight, a sliver bright, a silver light. It throws our shadows far across the winter lawn, sometime between the setting of the sun and dawn. And I say only, oh, 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 look at the moon. It's like a hammock strung between two stars. Its bright light throws our shadows far across the lawn, sometime between the setting of the sun and coming dawn. And this poem is about nothing save the moon, the silvered moon, the slivered moon, the sister moon that I love. So that's my little contribution to winter, except for, of course, I have one other song that I want to do. This is a song of mine, of course. It's on Celtic Cat. It's my April-October song, and I usually just leave it in the spring and the fall. But I thought, no, I'm not going to do that because it does talk about the coming of winter as well. I'm going to have a little sip of tea. I'm so excited, I found out how to put the text up on the screen without my having to have the music stand. So this is Breathtaking Gown. The words and melody are by me, and the composition was arranged and the recording produced by Chris Burkett. It's the one song that I do on Celtic Cat. See if we get the music going here. Trees in the orchards are burdened with blossoms. Birds have returned and their songs fill the sky. Fields are fresh turned and the grasses are greening. Time for the planting, for springtime is nigh. All dewy the dawning, all misty the morning. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of summer and whispers it's coming, while nature greets life in a breathtaking gown. All dewy the dawning, all misty the morning. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of summer and whispers it's coming, while nature greets life in a breathtaking gown. Fields that lie fallow are purple with asters. Grasses have dried and stand golden and brown. Corn streamers rustle, all crisp in the breezes. Fall is at hand, and the leaves are come down. All clear are the dawnings, all fresh are the mornings. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of winter, but speaks with such splendor that nature greets death in a breathtaking gown. All clear are the dawnings, Oh my goodness, would drive there. I'm in Calgary for Christmas with daughter's family. We could meet between. Okay, Marianne. But are you still home right now? Are you still at home? Because I thought you lived in like Guelph or Cambridge or Waterloo or something like that. Wherever you are, send me the address, okay? Like wherever you are, send me the address, because what I'm going to end up doing is sending you 3 samples that, I mean, they're perfectly fine. It's just that the one band sample has the drawing of the bass player got changed up, and I haven't got that yet. I've been having some, as you know, I've had huge difficulty between Printful and Bandzoogle. It was mostly the Printful thing. It's as if once I put something in there, I can't change it. So, but I have 3 of the mugs that are, it's just that one of them would not be correct. I was wanting to send you them from Printful. I'm very curious about that. I hope you're not in Calgary, because I thought you were down in southwestern Ontario, not far from here. So anyway, sorry guys, I've got my sinuses are clicking. They just started. Okay, I'm curious, Marianne, I'm not going to play anything else on my phone, but I left the airplane mode on, but it played, so I'm hoping that the backing track was audible and that it was, a fairly good level with the microphone. So let me know, okay? Yeah, so I've got also, I'm just going to unclick my, I don't have anything else down there. All right. So what I'm going to do is, why do I have to do? All right, here's the bells. Come on, open up, you. So interesting. I looked up winter poems, and there's one collection of 12 poems, 12 great poems for Christmas or whatever. Not Christmas, but for winter. And here is a poem by Edgar Allan Poe. So when I read it, I was like, I don't know about a poem from Edgar Allan Poe. But he must have been caught up in the spirit of winter as well. He says, it's called The Bells. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to twinkle with a crystalline delight, keeping time, time, time in a sort of runic rhyme to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. So that was a discovery. I thought, oh man, that is really, really great. And so what I'm going to do now is a song that we all know. It's a classic song of the season. Here's the thing. It's not a Christmas song. I mean, there might be some Christmassy stuff in there, but it is kind of the season more than the Christmas. So what I'd like to do 2 weeks from now, which will be December the 22nd, that will be the next one and the last one of 2022. It's very close to the solstice. And so if any of you who are listening now, that would be Marianne, and anyone else who is listening to this later, put in either the live chat or the comments on the video on YouTube, any seasonal or Christmas or, solstice or any kind of celebration song that you'd like to do, because I'll find them and I'll put them up so I can put them, I'll actually put them into a folder on my list so that they can actually come up on the screen and you can see them. And then we can do kind of a sing-along. I mean, you can just sing at home to yourself or to your family, whatever. I think that would be kind of fun. So this is the last song we're going to do, and we're going to go out with the lyric video of Papa's Photo. I'm going to talk to you about a couple of other things. This is one of my favorite songs, and it's not Jingle Bells. It's called Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson and Mitchell Parrish. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand, just holding your hand. We're riding along with the song of a wintry fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. There's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray. It'll be the perfect ending of a perfect day. We'll be singing the songs we love to sing without a single stop. At the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop. Pop, pop, pop. There's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy. When they pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie, it'll nearly be like a picture print from Burriers and Couriers and Knives. These wonderful things are the things we remember all through our lives. It says repeat verses 1 and 2 and add. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand, just holding your hand. We're riding along with the song of a wintry fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take that road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Whoa! And that was written by Leroy Anderson and Mitchell Parrish. And the lyrics are copywritten by Consalid Co. Limited and BMG Rights Management, Sony ATV Music, etc., etc. I don't have any rights to it, but I certainly think it's fine to sing it as a seasonal song. So all of you people, she's there. You're just there till tomorrow in Waterloo, and then, well, you know what, Marianne? Just honestly, send me if you're going to be at your daughter's for Christmas. Send me her address, and I will FedEx them to you, and I'll get them to you out there, because obviously that's where you wanted them to be. And I don't want to wait until January for you. You've waited for so long for this, and it was your idea in the first place. So let me send them to you. But don't put your address on here. Just send me a message, text me, or send me use kath.thompson@gmail.com, or if you must, use info@katherinemthompson.com, and I'll find it and send it to you. And I'm really, really sorry to do that. And I, just to show you guys that I have been trying to get this done, I even went ahead and designed, I've got to do it up here. I forgot. I designed a, where have I got that? Discover Swing Daddy images. Well, I should be able to just bring this in to the screen, I hope. there's a new cup with Papa's photo on it, and on the back of it, on the other side of it, is the Christmas kiss on the stairs. That's a few years back with me still having brown hair, but that was just a Christmas that the two of us had a Christmas morning alone. This Christmas we're going to have, I'm going to make sure I know what I have to do. Yeah, this Christmas we're going to have, the kids are going to come, and two of our grandkids for Christmas Eve, and three, a niece and my youngest daughter and her boyfriend are going to stay overnight and have Christmas morning with us. And and then we'll just have dinner, the two of us together. You're so loyal, Marianne. Oh my God, that's incredible. But I'm really glad you're here, because I didn't think anyone would be here. Sue usually is, but she's not. And so here's the thing, guys. I'm going to do December the 22nd. We're going to do all Christmas seasonal songs and stuff. And I'll read some more of my things or tell you some more stories. However, I'm going to take January off because of there's some serious difficulties here, and we're not sure what's coming in January, and so I'm just going to take it off, and I'll work on my music when I can. I will be back in February. Maybe I'll start with a Valentine's Day show, or around Valentine's show with love songs and things. A couple of things. I didn't have the link up here, but I will send it out to my email list. I have a song that's on the Women of Substance Radio podcast. Oh, that's Papa's photo, of course. But they've got a whole big. They've taken all their shows and put them all together into a playlist on Spotify. So I'll share that with you guys. There's some other news. I just, I've lost track of it. My mind is not on this thoroughly enough, I'm afraid. But anyway, this was such a fun show, and I'm really, really, really glad you came, Marianne. So nice to have somebody here with me. And it seems to be either you or Sue, and sometimes both of you, which is great. So we're going to go out with Papa's photo lyric video.
Christmas morning, bleary-eyed and yawning, we gather all together on the stairs, giggling and jostling, we find our places, sweet anticipation glowing in our faces. Papa sets the camera, and when everyone is there, he snuggles in among us at the bottom of the stairs. The love that's all around us makes everything look so bright. He doesn't need a single light. So smile for Papa's photo before we see the tree. Take another picture, make another memory, a part of this tradition.
Oh my God, people, I'm so sorry. I moved the cursor.
So smile for Papa's photo before we see the tree. Take another picture, make another memory, a part of this tradition. Ever since we were born, Papa's photo of the family on the stairs each Christmas.
Well, that was interesting. I was trying to get these things out of the way so that you could see the lyrics of the song, and instead I moved the cursor, and so it kind of screwed up. We'll do it again next week, or not next week, in 2 weeks, December 22nd, Bamapi. Have a great time out there in Calgary. I think that's wonderful that you're able to go. I'm hoping that in 2023 we'll be able to do some traveling. Bye-bye, Bamapi.